Denver Broncos hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. The line is moving. We got a -10 on the board. The total 43. We're going to take that game apart and a whole lot more. Where is the money going? There's been two big line moves in NFL overnight already. Chicago Bears now at -4.5. LA Rams as well. We're going to talk to Art DiCesare about that. We're going to look at some college football, some NHL, some college basketball. We got our parlay of the day. This is the best betting show ever. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hit that like button. Joe Raineri, Art DiCesare with us. Art, we're going to start right off the bat. I want to know what's going on in the Chicago Bears and LA Rams game. Why do we have a huge line move from 3.5 to 4.5?
I can only speak to what's going on here. We're just moving with the market on that. We have not necessarily taken sharp money on either side. I think it's very interesting, too, that Bear total keeps going down. I believe we're 46.5 now. We were 47.5 on that as well when we talked yesterday about the game. So for us, we're just moving with the market on it. There's nothing that has moved us off our 3.5s when it comes to sharp money.
Joseph?
Well, I mean, I'm with you. I mean, it seems a little odd on a couple of spots here, but let's start with college, though, first and foremost here, Art, because I'm also seeing a couple of interesting moves on some of the bigger games, including BYU and Texas Tech, the only two hopefuls out of the Big 12 here. So what are we expecting, and what are you seeing right now?
Well, when we had BYU plus 10.5, we saw money there. Not necessarily sharp money, just kind of people, we call them guys who are just kind of looking at the board. They're going to kind of clean your screen up. So if they see a 10.5 and you're maybe one of the only 10.5s out there, people are just going to buy on that number. So we did see that happen. Now we're Texas Tech -10 and have been there since basically Monday night. So, really nothing there as far as sharp goes. The Oregon game, very interesting. They laid 5.5. The Sharps were now 6.5. They also really took the under in that game. 43.5, 42.5. We're now 41 on that game. And that's obviously all because of Iowa and the style they want to play. We know Oregon wants to score 1 million points. They're not a vintage Oregon offense, but man, that total's really been bet to the under there. And then you got Wake at UVA. They laid 6.5 at UVA. We're now 7. That was sharp money. Total of 48.5. There really has been no move to speak of.
Art DiCesare joining us. Art, let's get to some NFL. We already spoke about a couple of games. There's money being moved on the Raiders, Broncos, Pats, Bucks, and Cardinals and Seahawks. And honestly, I'm interested in all three of these games. I will be in play in all three of these games, so regale us.
So Raiders Broncos tonight, we've been pretty much steady at 9 on the game. And, we get to 9 as we always talk about teaser protection. We have a little bit of money on the Raider, but right now it's not a major decision. Total went from 42 to 43 on the game. One prop bet to note in the game, they bet Dobbins under rushing yards, 71.5. We're now 66.5. And that is a sharp move because we do have a guy who basically just bets props with us, so we consider him our sharpest prop guy. Pats at Bucks. This is Bucks -2.5, -116. So it's trending to 3. Do we ever get to 3? Probably not. Obviously, the Bucks are off a bye, but they're still dealing with injuries. Godwin and Bucky Irving, who knows if they're going to play. We already know Evans is out for the year. I think that's going to see really good two-way action. And then Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks -6.5. Obviously, we have figured out, we had a long talk about Arizona yesterday, about their quarterback situation, and now we know Brissett is going to be the quarterback. Seattle sitting in that 6.5, 7 range. They're going to be a huge team that we're fighting against this weekend with the moneyline parlays and the teasers. Arizona will probably be one of our biggest needs when it comes to Sunday.
Joe, any other thoughts other than?
No, I mean, that's good. I mean, there was one other game where we saw some interesting line movement, Prez, that we were kind of scratching our head with here because we were like, what is going on with the Rams? So the Rams are getting all sorts of love, Art, too? Or were you getting steamed this morning with them up to 4.5?
Yeah, Joe, but it wasn't anyone who we consider like a sharper, a respected guy. We just kind of move with the market on that game. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you don't get hit and you're able to get ahead of the line move. And that happens, I mean, not, when these sharp groups are betting all over the place, they don't necessarily get to hit every book. Sometimes they'll miss us. And we just got missed there. I do think eventually, with that number being 4.5 in the division and the Niners at home, I think you're going to see some Niner money eventually.
I agree with that. That makes a lot of sense. Guys, hit that like button, please. Make sure to comment. We love the comments. There's some spectacular ones we're going to talk about a little later in the show. Art, let's get into tonight's game. Las Vegas at Denver. We have 10 out there, mostly 9.5s. Both of these teams have played to the under all year. Las Vegas is 3-5 to the under. Denver is 3-6 to the under. The only bet that is of interest to me is under 16.5 for Las Vegas. Team total, that's a minus 120 bet. I don't see them getting to 17 points, to be honest. I mean, they put up a 0 spot against Kansas City, a 6 spot against Indianapolis, and a 9 spot against the Chargers. So although they have gone over 16.5, already there have been 3 games in the last 6 where they couldn't even break 10. This Denver defense is rock solid, better than Jacksonville, Tennessee, Chicago, and Washington, and the Pats. I don't think they get a sniff of 17 points. Take under 16.5 team total of Vegas from me. What do you like, Art?
Well, yeah, I mean, Prez, if you're just looking at it, when they play a good defense, the Raiders, they're offensively challenged. I don't think there's any question about it. They score against the bad defenses. But, this game to me is fascinating because of really the lack of interest in the game, to be honest with you. Even with the hometown Raiders, and we always think we get overwhelmed with hometown Raider money, it just has not been the way we've, booked this game so far. And like I said, the total did go up from 42 to 43. We've been pretty steady at 9.5. We've been kind of going back and forth on the game. Man, there's a part of me that likes the Raiders because it's a lot of points in a division game. I wouldn't feel great about it, though.
Yeah, Joe?
I think this line stinks. I don't get it. If what everyone is saying is true, they should be a 12, 13 point favorite in this game. But we got a low total. By the way, look at the weather, 55, 60 degrees, not cold, not chilly, not windy, no issue. So it's a perfect night. And what are we missing here? Like you haven't gotten to 10, Art, right? So we haven't gotten to double digits. So what are we missing here? Division rivalry games on a short week always scare me, laying big numbers. Yep. And let's face it, Bo Nix and Denver have let lesser teams hang around games that probably shouldn't be there. And that's the worry part here. So the team total you mentioned for the Raiders, what is it, 27, 26.5 for Denver here tonight, Prez? Are we really getting that many points?
I will look right now because I wasn't interested in that one. You could get over 27.5 at plus money, plus 115. I don't like that bet, Joe.
Me neither. I would only look under.
Yeah.
Only look under.
Yeah, and if you're going to look at the under, you can get under 27.5 is minus 145, heavily juiced. But I mean, that's the way to go to me. Take both team totals under. And you look at this, Joe, and I mean, Denver won 6 in a row, but man, they only covered 10 against Dallas and Cincinnati.
Cincinnati and Dallas were the 2 blowouts. Take those games out. They're letting everyone else hang around, which worries me, Art, in such a low total game.
Yeah, and I mean, not that the Raider defense is the 85 Bears, but you're talking Dallas and Cincinnati. Those are 2 of the worst defenses. So, I mean, obviously Denver was in a mood where they were going to blow those type of teams out.
Art DiCesare, before we get into our parlay of the day, there was a very nice lady in our chat room who wanted to know if you were single.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I did see that. I saw that you played as my representative.
I did.
And you were like a, my lawyer or my agent. I don't know what you're doing responding for me. But as everyone knows, as I have 12 girlfriends and, I just live a Playboy Vegas life.
Yes.
Yes, that might have been the
Playboy
most
Vegas life.
non-shocking thing I've ever seen, Art, there, that Prez jumped right in on your behalf there. That's great.
Yeah. Yep.
Brian Power hosting tomorrow, everyone.
Oh,
These
yeah.
two don't have to deal with me. Okay, so shout out to Neil Siri 803. Art, you saw this. I don't know if Joe saw this. But Neil has tracked our parlay of the day since the beginning. We've had 40 episodes. We've had 41 parlays because for some reason we had 2 parlays in one of those episodes. We have won 6. That would make it a losing proposition. 5 of those were full wins, and 1 was a 2-legger because one of the teams pushed. Interestingly enough, there's only been 1 day where all 3 legs lost and 1 day where 2 legs lost and a push, which suggests that the round robin would have been an extremely profitable proposition. The capper breakdown, Joe Raineri, 24-16 with his leg on the parlay of the day. Art winning 24-14. Brian Power 3-2, and the Prez a losing 17-21. That gives us a total record of 68-53, 50% winners. What is the message there other than Prez is not carrying his weight?
The message is he put it in there. Just bet all the games straight.
Yes.
That's the message.
Yes.
That's the message.
You know what, Art? It's what I have been saying for 10 years. Just bet them straight.
Yep.
Anyway, here is my straight bet for the parlay of the day. I like the Vegas Golden Knights -130.
College football.
I can't. I like nothing about
this
here.
guy.
Hold on. Let me make sure. Hold on. Let me get it.
What's this guy? Is this guy serious?
Oregon -6 against Iowa.
I can't.
All right.
Go ahead, Art.
Okay, shut up, both of you guys.
All right,
Like I'm supposed to remember this shit.
I can't.
I hate this team, but I hate the team they're playing even more. I'm going to take Clemson as a short home favorite on the money line against Florida State.
Joe?
I'm going to go early. I'm going to say South Florida beats the living snot here tonight and gets it done. I think they drop 50 points coming out of their bye. I like South Florida to get it done here tonight.
There we go. And if Joe can win his leg, you can have a little small hedgy hedge going into Saturday. Not that I suggest doing that. But yeah, Joe, you better carry your weight tonight. That is the parlay of the day. Art, I know on Thursdays and Fridays we got to move fast. You're a busy man. Tell us what's going on the West Gate.
As always, guys, a lot going on. A lot of content coming tomorrow for more NFL and college games. And tune in, and I'll see you boys tomorrow.
Boom.
Awesome stuff. Art DiCesare, everyone. Joe, I was telling Vivian last night, this show, Art makes this show, dude. I mean, you and I are good and all, but this show is the Art DiCesare show.
Yes. Art is fantastic. We are glad to have Art. And it took him all of 6 shows, I think, if my math is correct, Prez, to finally realize that, he should side with me in a lot of these arguments. So I'm glad he came around as quick as he did.
Oh, okay. You know what time it is?
No, yeah, I know what time it is. Yeah, I know what time it is.
Business.
It's business.
Time for business. Let's get into it. Joe, I got a big play up tonight. My first 5% NHL bet of the entire NHL season. This is a huge play. I was 9-2 in 5% NHL bets last year. 9-2. I'm on an 8-1 run in these NHL 5% bets. And again, this is my first 5% NHL bet of the season. I'm also rolling in NHL right now. I won my 4% on Tuesday. I won again on Wednesday. I've won 9 of my last 10 days of betting NHL. This is the biggest bet I have this season to date. Please head over to WagerTalk and get that play. Seriously, please. Thank you, guys. Joe?
You've been crushing it, Prez, there. Another winner in the NBA last night there. Now, I believe a 13-2 run. Also right there on top of the leaderboard in college basketball as well. So I've got not one, not two. I got another 5-pack available in college hoops here tonight. Go grab it over at WagerTalk.com. Not to mention, Prez, I do have a bet locked and loaded here for Thursday night football. That too available over on our page at WagerTalk.com.
There we go, Joe. We got 5 more segments left. My college football bets, your college football bets, my NHL rundown, your college basketball rundown. We're going to single out a best bet from now on. We forgot to do that yesterday. I'll get that done in my NHL rundown. 2 minutes each. Cue the clock. Let's start with the Texas Tech BYU game. And Joe, I like the under. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Now, I get it. The public is expecting a shootout. That is a mistake. This total is way too high. The entire handicap comes down to one thing. The BYU Cougars' entire offense is built on a quarterback run game. It's all they do, especially now that their star running back, LJ Martin, is doubtful. That is going to make this offense completely one-dimensional. It's just not going to work. And who are they playing? A Texas Tech defense that just so happens to be the best defense in the nation at stopping exactly that. They've also shut down other mobile QBs this year. BYU's one and only strength is running straight into a brick wall. They're going to find it impossible to move the ball, and I don't think Texas Tech's going to light it up either. Their offense has a terrible run game. They can't get a push. Their O-line is struggling. Let's just not overthink this. Take Texas Tech and BYU under the total, and I have a side for you, Joe. West Virginia -6 against Colorado, and let's get straight into this game. This is a bet against a team that is in complete and total disarray. I'm talking about Colorado. This week alone, Deion Sanders has already changed their play caller and his starting quarterback. They're throwing this guy at the Wolves, Joe, a freshman, Julian Lewis, making his first ever start on the road in a hostile environment. I cannot see that going well. And on top of all of that, the game kicks off at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. That's a brutal body clock situation. Furthermore, on and on, they've been outscored 105-24 in their last 2 games. Man, I got about another 7 reasons why. Let's just take West Virginia -6 against Colorado. Joe?
Oh, I like that. They are a hot mess there, Prez. All right, I am going to go Friday night. How about Northwestern and USC? Talk about styles make fights, right? Northwestern is going to want to make this thing a rock fight, and USC and Lincoln Riley are going to want to do the very opposite of that. And for the first time in a very long time, I don't ever remember a game being in the low 50s as a total for Lincoln Riley, much less at home. And that's where USC is, who, by the way, has not played a home game since October 11th in this spot here. I think this number is entirely too low here. I think the Trojans, who have averaged about 27, 28 points per game in their last 4, but they've done it against really good defensive teams like Nebraska and Notre Dame and Illinois and Michigan. Northwestern is not in that category. This feels like a pretty good opportunity for USC to spread its wings here a little bit and get the over, in which Lincoln Riley and company have been very profitable over the years. So give me the over in that USC game. And also, I'm still trying to figure out Ohio State, of course, #1 team in the country, but they're laying almost 30 points in what is going to be a very difficult spot for them, because they have a couple of pretty big, important games coming up here, and they haven't exactly been tested. Purdue at home, never easy laying this kind of number on the road here. Ohio State feels like maybe just a little bit of a flat spot here. No way do I think Purdue wins the game. But my goodness, asking Ohio State to go into there, knowing what they have coming up, I don't think so. I'm going to take that nearly 30-point spread here that you got, and I'll back Purdue at home, who has been respectable as a big dog here, Prez, in this spot. Oh, and you're muted. Still muted. Yep.
Joe, let's keep it moving. Yeah, my phone rang in the middle of your thing. Supposedly, I have a gas bill to pay.
Oh,
let's go, dude. NHL, a million games on tap. Let's start with St. Louis in Buffalo. St. Louis is a mess. Joe, this team can't get out of its own way. Finally won a game against Edmonton, only to come back and play a disaster against Washington. Got to look to take Buffalo, and I'm going to take them in regulation. That's plus 120 for the Buffalo Sabres. Boston hosting Ottawa. I like the under 6 in this game, Joe. I'm going to be looking to play unders in Ottawa moving forward, and Boston is going to struggle to score all year. So under 6 for me there. New Jersey hosting Montreal. Montreal on a back-to-back scenario right here, but they did lose. I'm going to look to take New Jersey here. And, Joe, I'm going to do it in regulation as well for a plus 110 bet. Carolina hosting Minnesota. Carolina, I think they're set to go on a little bit of a run here. I don't believe in this Minnesota team. They're minus 190. Let's look at them in regulation as well. That's minus 120. Pittsburgh hosting Washington. The plan right now is to fade Pittsburgh. We're in full fade Pittsburgh mode. With that said, Washington is on a back-to-back. These two teams always play it tight. I'm going to look to take the under 6.5 in this game, Joe. I think Washington shuts Pittsburgh down, and I think they might only get 2 or 3 goals themselves. Dallas hosting Anaheim. Shout out to the Anaheim Ducks. We've been betting them lately. They've been doing us proud. Not tonight. We're going to take Dallas. We're going to look to take Dallas in regulation. That's basically minus 110. I think they get it done. Nashville, a horrible team playing another horrible team in Philadelphia. Don't overthink this. Take under the total of 5.5. I like Vegas against Tampa Bay, and I like the Los Angeles Kings against Florida. My best bet is Vegas minus 122 against Tampa Bay. Joe, it's your turn.
Oh, like it. All right, Prez, let's talk a little college basketball here, guys. And don't forget, if you happen to have a game or two that you want covered here on the show, make sure you drop them in the chat room for, of course, the following day, and we'll cover them for you. But we've got the University of Florida here tonight, the defending champions, looking to bounce back after they lost in prime time to Arizona on Monday, 93-87. Now, the good news is they are home, and the even better news is they're taking on little stepbrother there of North Florida, which, of course, they should have absolutely no problems blowing the doors out here. But keep an eye on this kid, Xavier Lee. He was the big recruit that spurned St. John's from Princeton to come down to Florida. Well, he promptly missed 12 of the 17 shots that he attempted in Monday's loss to Arizona. But the good news is, again, you're going to be taking on a North Florida team that is not going to be able to compete in any way, shape, or form for getting rebounds. Hell, if he misses that many shots, he'll probably get every one of his own rebounds and get him in there. Florida won 99-45 in this game last year, Prez. Yeah, they probably drop 100 points in this one. I know it's a monster number, 37.5, 38, somewhere in that. Don't be afraid to lay it. In fact, there is a trend here that we continue to see with these big home favorites taking on these, lesser competition at home. They've been smoking them, and they have been covering those numbers. So do not be afraid to lay these big numbers with these home teams. And also keep an eye on Bethune-Cookman here tonight, taking on the University of Miami. Now, Bethune-Cookman almost took Auburn out to the woodshed and beat them in their first game here under Junior Pearl. Don't be shocked if Bethune-Cookman stays under that number against the U tonight.
Joe Raineri, good job, brother. Okay, let's get into the mailbag segment of our show. Maisie and Blue writes, this show is incredible, Prez. Make sure Art gets paid
well. What? Finish it, Prez. Finish it. Do it. Come on.
Vivian tried to sneak under the table there, Joe. Oh, my God.
I apologize. I just apologize. I'm right.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Maize and Blue. This show is incredible, Prez. Make sure Art gets paid well. His info has been gold. And it really has, Joe. It's amazing. Another guy who wrote, like, listen to these words. Phenomenal show. Always looking to the post-work betting insights. Been watching for a little over a week now, and I hope you guys keep this coming. That's from Gabriel. Super entertaining and funny. Man, this shit makes my day. Honestly, all of these positive comments, it makes my day. This is the best show I've ever been a part of. Prez, good luck at the WSOP BAM Golf. What's the most you've ever won? $187,000 was the most I ever won in one specific tournament. Joe, you're getting a lot of fan mail. Did you notice anything?
No, listen, we appreciate you guys hanging with us each and every day. We truly do, because what we try to do, listen, there's a lot of options out there when it comes to gambling content here. And far too many of those, that content takes themselves way too damn seriously. It doesn't need to be that serious. We try to be informative, but entertaining at the same time, because listen, tomorrow's promised to nobody. So let's just have a good time while we're here.
Yeah.
Let's cash a few tickets. Let's learn a little, and let's have some fun doing it, Prez.
Yeah, my favorite show I've ever been a part of. Guys, Brian Power hosting tomorrow, and likely a Monday or Tuesday. We'll keep you posted on that, but you can live with that, Joe. Anyway, kick ass, everybody. Grab my 5% tonight. Joe, thanks for doing this. Art DiCesare. We'll see you all soon.